Welcome. To Arcade Audio.
So, are we ready?
Yeah,
to start?
yeah.
Doing this?
All right. Don't Ask Jen and Liz, season 2 finale. Let's
Jim Burchill is going to start off the show. Jim Burchill is the best troubadour in Chicago.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Yeah.
Wow.
No pressure.
Then I always feel weird when somebody introduces me and builds me up in a positive way with things like saying my full name in front of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm already up in my head and it's all downhill from here. So here's a song about procrastination. I had a song that was witty and sharp, intelligent, nuanced, and true. It had a good beat and was easy to dance to, a song that I wrote just for you. It had lofty ideas and extraordinary feelings. I thought that the whole thing was set. But Monday came rolling around and I found that my pages were blank, so this is the song that you get. I had a song that was breezy and light like a kitty and puppy souffle. A tune guaranteed to make everyone smile is what I had planned for today. But the laundry still had to be done and the spare room wasn't reorganized yet. I had a song that was going to be great, but I ran out of time, so this is the song that you get. And the worst part is, as soon as I get through this, it won't be the last time that I ever do this. I wrote this song literally 5 hours before going on stage for a show. It was my apology for not having what was in my mind a different and better song ready. But I'm still playing this one. I had a song with a heart and a soul. It could fill canyons with light. A song that would make the angels cry is what I should be singing tonight. But life got in the way and I won't say what happened, cause it's bad form to badmouth your ex. This is the song that was going to be great, but I hawed and I hammed and I hope in the end this is one lesson I don't forget. But I will. Cause this crowd feels burned and I hope I have learned that when I waste my time, well, this is the song that you get. I haven't heard that in so long. Wow. I'm naked underneath my clothes. I hide it well so no one knows. On the outside I look fine, but the whole entire time I'm naked underneath my clothes. I still recall the day that I discovered the fallacies of being fully covered. I was finishing my usual midday constitutional, zipped up my fly, and I realized that I was naked underneath my clothes. And I stay that way no matter where I goes. Running in the grass, or inside for Sunday Mass. I'm naked underneath my clothes. I've tried everything to make myself less naked. Long underwear, saran wrap, baby food. But no matter what I wear, well, that's just another layer. And it don't change the fact that I'm still bare ass naked underneath my clothes. I'd feel better, I suppose, if someone understood or knew what I've been going through. I'm being naked underneath my clothes. So this song I wrote on request. I had a friend at the time who had a terrible boss, which is something I think a great many of us can relate to. Yes. And so she fed me all these details about her boss, and I started writing the song, and then about halfway through writing the song, I started feeling really sorry for the boss. I don't talk to that friend anymore. But I still really enjoy this song. And it's called Poor Eliza. And Eliza lives on a wall of ideas that she calls the perfect man, and every card on the wall might as well read has a big dick. And she can't understand why her mind can't be read by anyone else, projected in large friendly letters to cover the panic. And she knows next year she'll be happy, so have a beer for poor Eliza, who lives everywhere but here. I know that nod of recognition. And Eliza's resumes fly round the world. She's a pro at applying for jobs, you know, real career. Takes her a year or 2 or 23. And she runs a retreat for the girls to unlock the goddess inside. It costs $5.25. You know, happiness isn't free. And she knows next year she'll be happy, so have a beer for poor Eliza, who lives everywhere but here. Covered in New Age miracle grow. If Eliza is growing, well, it never shows. And the one thing that none of her underlings know is tomorrow Eliza is going to explode in a blast of pure psychotic rage, tearing her clothes off, streaking across the parking lot, never to be seen again. And we know next year that we'll be happy, so have a beer for poor Eliza, who lives everywhere but here. And we will all dance and sing in Palestine next year for poor Eliza, who lives everywhere but here. Everywhere but here. Everywhere but here.
song, but it's about me. Yikes.
Awkward. All right. Since I was told this was like the ending podcast for the season, they were trying to, give a holiday theme that they were at. I was asked if I had any Christmas songs. I don't have any Christmas songs. So I thought, do I have any upbeat songs? And I thought, no. This is the closest I have. And that's really saying something about my catalog of work. You Stayed You. When I turn 30, I'm going to start to think that maybe this whole comedic music thing isn't going to work out as a career. So I'm going to quit the day job I enjoy and go work in an office 40 hours a week. I will cut my hair to a respectable length, shave regularly, and wear a collared shirt with a tie because that's what will be expected of me. I will find new and interesting shows to catch up on Hulu. And I will become a dedicated fan of the Chicago Cubs. Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you stayed true and that you stayed you? When I turn 40, I will leave my guitar in an alley with a foot-shaped hole in it. I'll be working as a derivatives trader, which means I will go into work every day with absolutely no idea what my job is. But I'll still make a shit ton of money. I'll be married by this point, and my friends, my new, better employed friends, they'll all hate my wife. But they won't say anything to my face, of course. Because the last time one of them dared to make a joke about her, their house mysteriously burnt to the ground. Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you stayed true and that you stayed you? When I turned 50, I will take the money I'd been setting aside for my niece's college fund and spend it on a transparent pool table. Because if she's not going to med school, she's not going on my dime. I will be an active member of the Republican Party in the 44th Ward of Chicago. And every Sunday, I'll have brunch with Tom Tunney. I'll spend my days crafting legislation and redrawing district maps, and my nights going to the homes of local community organizers and breaking their windows with bricks. On my desk will be a framed photo of the day I shook hands with presidential hopeful Chelsea Clinton. Right before I punched her in the throat. Not one day spent in jail. And on the day before I turned 59 and a half and can start withdrawing from my various retirement accounts without incurring penalties or fees, I'll be dying on my bathroom floor from a combination heart attack and stroke. And and regretting every decision I've made since the age of 30. Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you didn't do that? Aren't you glad that you stayed true? Aren't you glad that you stayed true? Aren't you glad that you stayed true and that you stayed you? Yeah. Good timing with that, lad. I do have one more, and it happens to be one that I've been working on recently. Yes, thing you haven't heard, Jen. Amazing. I'm not sure who this is directly targeted toward, whether it's alcoholic children or the children of alcoholics. I don't know how the Venn diagram works on that marketing thing. Well, let's hope not, because then I'll sell more. But I think it's also a pretty other hopeful sounding song and appropriate for the holidays. And it's out of order, yes, not because I wrote it when I'm drunk, but because I'm an artist and I don't need to conform to your orders of thinking. It's called The Alcoholic's Alphabet. A is for absinthe, these days not so trippy. W is water, unless you're some kind of hippie. D is Drambuie, whatever that is. S is for seltzer, the flavorless fizz. M is Malort, made of wormwood and sadness. And R is for rum, driving pirates to madness. Help your children, teach them well. Tell your stories when you get the chance about the nights when you could still drink and dance. Help your children and teach them well. See a champagne making nights float away. N is for no fucks when drinking by day. I is the ice bag you forgot to buy. T for the old toast, here's mud in your eye. G is for gin, it's like vodka, but better. And B is for bourbon, an American treasure. Tell your stories when you get the chance about why you live in Rockford instead of France. Tell your stories. Teach the children well. F is for free drinks, a privilege abused. K is the knife, cutting garnish unused, like limes and lemons, that's for letter L. And H is for your hangover from hell. E is egg white, a rare cocktail ingredient. And J is for Jaeger, making puking expedient. Tell your stories when you get the chance, but make sure you know the difference between stories and rants. Tell your stories. Teach the children well. Q is the query, hey, let's see some ID. P is for plastered by bar number 3. O is for olives, it's martini nutrition. V is for Muth, an optional addition. X on your hand gets you back in the bar. Z is for Zima, yes, it's still sold afar. U is umbrella, the tropical garnish. And Y is you can tell me who this partish. Share your stories, teach them well. Share your stories when you get the chance, but maybe leave out that you weren't wearing pants. Share your stories, teach the children well. And if you do, they'll grow up to be people who drink responsibly, or at worst, they'll grow up like me. Thank you very much.
Jim Burchill, everybody. All right, we're going to take 2 minutes, and I got to set the stage, and then we're going to come back with Jen and Liz.
That was awesome.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.